Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition. Another homicide recorded here in the capital. Abaco police carrying out a major drug bust. Postal workers celebrated. And in sports, flag football action underway at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. The Bahamas tonight, the weekend edition, starts now. Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. I'm Jiminita Swain. Thanks so much for tuning in. Topping news, a third killing here in the capital in less than 24 hours. Police are now piecing together what led to the death of a 40-year-old male of Dominica Way. The incident occurring around 10 p.m. on Friday at the farmers market located Blue Hill Road South. Preliminary reports reveal the victim was in the western area of the market when he was approached and shot multiple times about the body by a man wearing a camouflage jacket. The suspect reportedly fled the area in a dark-colored Nissan Cube. Now, the victim was on bail for a serious offense and was being electronically monitored at the time of the incident. Police are actively pursuing the suspect responsible for this latest killing. 3 males and 3 females arrested in connection with a major drug bust on Abaco. Police say shortly after noon Friday, a team of officers acting on intelligence secured a search warrant for a business establishment on the Sherlin-Bootle Highway in Marsh Harbor. The officers met the suspects on the premises while checking 3 derelict vehicles and a white caravan. At the rear of the property, a large amount of crocus sacks packaged with suspected marijuana, along with a quantity of suspected cocaine, was found. Police also seizing 2 high-powered rifles, 2 pistols, and a quantity of ammunition. The drugs and ammunition brought to the capital this afternoon by Drug Enforcement Unit officers. Police Press Liaison Officer Chief Superintendent Kristen Skippings tells us more.
Yesterday, they were able to zero in and they were able to arrest 6 people, 3 males and 3 females. They were also able to confiscate an estimated 120 bales of marijuana, an estimated 2 kilos of cocaine, along with firearms. And so we are actively investigating, and as additional information becomes available, we will update you accordingly.
Meantime, a late-night commute back on September 23rd ends deadly for a 37-year-old motorcyclist. He died Thursday. Police say Delvado Grain of Pyfron Road was traveling east along West Bay Street when he lost control of a black and red motorcycle when he collided with a wall. Police are actively investigating and appealing to members of the public who may have any information on this matter to contact 919-911, the traffic police station at 397-8050, or Crime Stoppers at 328-TIPS. Well, over on the island of Exuma, police there investigating a traffic accident that claimed the life of a 29-year-old male resident of the Hermitage. The incident reportedly occurred around 2:30 on Saturday morning in the Hoopers Bay area involving a red Silverado pickup truck which was being driven by a female, and a red Honda Accord, which was driven by the victim. Initial reports indicate that the driver of the red Silverado truck was traveling west on Queens Highway, and the driver of the red Honda was traveling east on Queens Highway when the accident occurred. A team of traffic officers was dispatched to Exuma to assist with the investigations. Well, in several law enforcement joint operation exercises, more than 50 illegal migrants have been apprehended. The Cubans, Jamaicans, Ecuadorians, Haitians, Peruvian, Colombian, and Dominican have all been processed and are detained at the detention center at Carmichael Road, awaiting repatriation. The migrants were apprehended on Bimini and New Providence over the past 2 weeks by the Immigration Department, Defense and Police Forces, United States Coast Guard, and Operation Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, or OPAT. In other news, Calypso Cove set to boost the economic activity in South Long Island with an injection of $250 million. The government signing a heads of agreement this week for what will be known as Calypso Cove that will sit in the settlements of Gordon's and Mortimer's. Behind the multi-million-dollar deal, Azul Destinations Limited and Calypso Cove Destinations. The property will be developed on 1,800 acres of Crown land. The Deputy Prime Minister speaking to some of the benefits of the project along with the Prime Minister.
The development will comprise a 200-bedroom hotel, mega yacht marina facilities, interior pools and lagoons to support the water park features, casinos, cruise ports, cruise pier, 18-hole professional design golf course, a miniature golf course, development of park areas in conjunction with the Bahamas National Trust, and much, much more.
The project here is exciting. It is going to bring much life and economic activity to this part of the island.
Well, thousands of Bahamians who will be employed along with independent firms over the course of the project, which will see ground broken in the coming months. The investors also shared their views on the development.
I believe that we will have an amazing opportunity for Long Islanders in terms of employment, in terms of economic development for the entire of the island as well as neighboring islands. And more importantly, the Bahamas product will be something that will be, I think, accentuated. And I think that from our perspective, our focus will be to sell and to promote a Bahamian product.
As a water park, per se, like other facilities. We wanted the relaxation, the beauty of Long Island is, I mean, I gotten to know a lot of people there. So, you know, some of them, the settlements and some of the people, they're just so kind. They are pleasant.
This is Chief Meteorologist Basil Lane with a tropical weather update brought to you by BTC and CBS Bahamas. In the tropics, we continue to monitor Julia, and at 5 o'clock, Julia was approaching Nicaragua with maximum sustained winds at 70 miles per hour. It's moving west at 17 miles per hour. Now, it is expected to make landfall overnight, and once that happens, it will be cut off from its fuel supply, and we expect some weakening to take place as it continues on that westward track. Elsewhere in the tropics, tropical cyclone development is not expected over the next 5 days. This has been a tropical weather update brought to you by BTC and CBS Bahamas.
The weekend edition continues after the break.
Have you been denied a U.S. visa and don't understand why? Have you been turned away from the U.S. border without an explanation? Maybe you've had a prior arrest or conviction and you're not clear on how to move forward at this point. Call our office. We may be able to help. 954-449-1833.
We just got the new fiber internet speed bump. Now my internet's so fast, I can watch 2 4K movies, play video games, and browse on my computer at the same time.
Yeah, my internet's so fast, I could download a whole season of shows before my noodles run cooking.
Mine's so fast, when I go to church online, service actually over early.
Mine's so fast, when I'm working from home, 5 o'clock, come before 3.
Sound like you got this BTC fiber internet speed bump like me.
But it's so fast, I had to have it.
Current fiber internet bundle customers now have as much as 3 times the speed. Totally free. Link up with BTC.
Did you know that registering your farm with the Department of Agriculture is currently free of charge? It comes with a wide range of benefits, such as assistance with feeder farm roads, land clearing, and tractor services, assistance with Department of Immigration for obtaining foreign farm labor at a reduced permit fee, access to fish and farm stores for agricultural input supplies, sale of produce at packing house, produce exchange, abattoir services at a reduced price, training at the Food Technology Laboratories, disaster relief assistance, and free veterinary extension services. For more information on any of these incentives, please call the Ministry of Agriculture, Marine Resources, and Family Island Affairs at 397-7400. That's 397-7400. For additional updates, you can follow the ministry on social media at MOAMRFIA Bahamas.
This portion of the news was brought to you by Sun Oil Limited Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Thanks for staying with us. The Cabinet Office advising the general public that Monday, October 10th, 2022 will be observed as National Heroes Day. Now, stores wishing to do so may open for business on the holiday during normal business hours. Employers are to note, however, that employees who are not normally required to work on holidays must be paid wages in accordance with Section 10A of the Employment Act. Also making news tonight, as you know, October is observed as Cancer Awareness Month. Young Bahamian women under the age of 30 with a family history of breast cancer have been told by doctors to conduct an ultrasound instead of a mammogram on their breasts during the annual routine checkups. It's an issue that many women feel could hinder them from catching the killer disease early on. Family physician at the Family Medicine Center, Dr. Tanya Roca-Davis, says that myth is not true. In fact, Roca-Davis says depending on the risk factors, young women who fall under this category should get a mammogram done before 40, and gave these reasons why an ultrasound is also necessary.
With younger breast tissue, the tissue is more dense. So the mammogram, an ultrasound is better for dense breast tissue. So that's probably, where the discrepancy comes in. But definitely when it comes to like risk factors, especially first-degree relatives, we're going to screen you even earlier.
Dr. Roca-Davis says not all lumps found during a breast self-examination are cancerous, but can be benign tumors called fibroademas and are no cause for concern. However, she says if the lump has an effect on the breast, it's best to get it checked out.
Some of those, they may increase in size or they may decrease in size. Some of them disappear on their own. Usually, it's not a cause for surgery or removal, but if the doctor decides or finds that it's increasing in size, it's changing the shape of the breast, then they may opt to just remove it.
World Post Day observed here yesterday by postal workers with a day of fun at Super Club's Breezes Resort. Lunch provided a time for employees to play games and win prizes. Postmaster General Jennifer Johnson on why they observed the occasion.
World Post Day is a day that the Universal Postal Union set aside annually, the 9th of October, to celebrate the post, what it is that we are about. Many countries choose different ways. Some of them would perhaps produce a stamp and celebrate their services, advertise more, use it as an opportunity or time to award officers for services well done, and just appreciate those officers that work tirelessly 24/7 in some countries where the post doesn't close. We, of course, work from 9 to 5 each day. And as I told the officers earlier, we recognize what we do as a very important and essential service.
While sorting mail is important, Johnson says there is also a financial side to the operations, which is key.
Where smaller economies, microeconomies in the sub-family islands, they use the post to move their goods and services, to transfer funds, to pay for those goods and services. And so we do not close. Even though we had a pandemic, we remained open for that service. And certainly moving the mail, that's the bread basket of the post. And so we're looking to expand even that operation so that we can offer even more and extended services to the public. But the postal worker sometimes feel that what we're doing is not appreciated. But this is a time that we pause to say you are appreciated.
Also making news tonight, the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas unveiling its new national exhibition, Annie 10, titled Mercy, in what was the first in-person exhibition since the pandemic's restrictions were relaxed. John Cox is NAGB's new chairman, and he also curated the exhibition. He shares where the theme came from.
I like to choose themes that I think are open-ended and offer the opportunity for artists to be epic and be individual. And so I felt like it was the perfect opportunity to give artists mercy as an idea to negotiate, whether it's through the lens of Dorian or the pandemic or just through their personal lives.
Cox that 51 local artists are behind the works in the exhibition set to run for the next 3 months. The event drawing a large following of people interested in seeing how artists interpreted the theme. One of them, photographer Sherrod Lightbourne.
My work in this exhibit, I think, portrays Bahamians, portrays us as a people, and portrays the fact that we have to preserve our culture through the stories that we tell in order to bring continuity to our culture. And so that's basically what the theme was with my work.
Other themes explored included what could have been a loss, as explained by Antonius Roberts.
This is based on a real-life experience that I've had with the fire that was on Cumberland Street recently that destroyed the Anderson House and the Pink House. And those buildings are right to the north of my property. And with all of the blaze and so forth and with the fire engine, we did not have a spark to our hillside house. There was not a spark, there was no smoke damage, there was no water damage. And so I felt that somebody must have been looking over us. Somebody must have been very kind to us. Somebody had mercy on us.
Artist Sue Bennett Williams and her son focused on the environment with their exploration of the stony coral tissue loss disease through a number of pieces. These other artists also shared their concepts.
It's called I Got You, My Son. It's based on the Hurricane Dorian, and it's showing that the father and son, they are wading through the waters and waist deep waters, trying to find some type of shelter, and the background, the colors, like it shows, like I say, there's a little ray of hope for them.
I have over 100 salt shakers on a bed of Morton salt from 100 Morton salt containers in a yellow plexiglass frame on top of a floating plexiglass. And the work is about the lack of mercy, basically. So salt, in this case, is acting as an agent of preservation. And my goal throughout the duration of the exhibition is to break one of the salt shakers every Saturday.
Attendees also got a treat, taking in the sounds of Willis and the Illis Band. From art now to a hot meal, the Rotary Club of East Nassau also jumping on the bandwagon to feed the needy. This morning, the group assembled at the foot of the Paradise Island Bridge and dished out a hot breakfast for the homeless, passers-by, and those in need. President Taran Mackey says it's an outreach initiative he's certainly proud of.
Every month, Rotary has a different theme. This month is Community Development Month, so we thought that this would be a good initiative to do good in the community and give out food. We're here this morning on the Eastern Parade, and we're giving out food mainly in the area around the bridge, Camp Road, and the pond area. This is an initiative by Rotarian Joshua Miller and Mike Russell, who's our Community Service Director. Josh and his family from the Reef and Limeade, Bahamas sponsored the event, the food and the drinks that we're giving out here this morning.
Rotarian Joshua Miller says hunger is on the rise in the Bahamas and feeding those who need it most is the goal of the organization. Miller says while it's an unfortunate situation, he encouraged other non-profitable organizations to continue to do the same. As we head to the break, we'd like to thank all of our viewers watching us live on our social media platforms. And just in case you missed the news, be sure to head there to catch up. Stay with us. There's more after the break.
At the Nature Conservancy, we believe in working with fishermen and communities in order to improve the sustainability of queen conch in the Bahamas.
The crux of the issue here is that there are not enough mature conch staying in the water to reproduce and produce enough offspring to sustain the fishery into the future. So the project is to visit a number of fishermen in different parts of the Bahamas and show them how to do the research on the queen conch and determine what may be the best proxy indicator of maturity by measuring multiple different parameters.
These engagements give fishermen and communities an opportunity to see how scientific research is conducted and be a part of that process. By the end, fishermen are asking for more information and how they can further be involved in research.
Knowledge is power. You know, a lot of people want power, but they don't want to get the knowledge. I think what you're all doing is real helpful for us to give us knowledge. I learned something from this meeting today.
We hope that by conducting these engagements, the Bahamas can be an example of how communities, researchers, and government can come together to work towards sustainable fisheries, not only here in the Bahamas, but around the world.
AID has everything you need and more to complement your home's decor. Luxurious bamboo bath towels, face towels from $1.25 and bath towels from $5.45. Shower curtains from $2.54 and organizers in stylish finishes. Bath mat sets from $7.27 in a multitude of styles and colors. Bed sheet sets from $9.95 and 7-piece comforter sets from $49.95. Doormats from $1.93 with matching runners and hundreds of area carpets. Sofa covers from $19.95, plain and crushed sheer curtains from $5.25 and thousands of panels to choose from. Blinds from $7.02 and curtain rods from $2.89. Ceramic and porcelain dishes, tablecloths, napkins, placemats, utensils, and more. A wide selection of drinking glasses, including elegant stemware, candle holders, vases, and crystal. Full-size mirrors, decorative pictures, and picture frames. AID, Wolf Road and the Mall at Marathon open late and on Sundays to serve your decorating needs. AID, all you really need and more.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, if it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. If it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
The team at the Bahamas Agriculture Marine Science Institute, better known as BAMSI, has been working hard this year, working to prove that it's best at BAMSI. President Dr. Arecia Hepburn said while it hasn't been easy, she is proud of the team and their accomplishments thus far.
Having our faculty and staff be open to more professional development was one of the things that we really ensured and pushed. We are now also not only creating those type of linkages, we starting to see more students become interested. We're doing a bigger bout of recruitment.
According to Hepburn, the goal is to extend BAMSI's reach around the world.
I was working on an MOU with FAMU. We're firming that up. We also starting the process with one with Duke University, University of Delaware. There's several organizations that we're now partnering with, Prairie View, A&M, that'll come down. So we really want to ensure that we firm up international linkages, and not only in the Western Hemisphere. We've already started meetings with persons from Ghana because we want our students to have exposure globally.
As students return to the classroom following nearly 2 years on the virtual platform, the team over at BAMSI is looking to improve the educational experience.
We're looking at starting more short courses so persons get a snapshot and learn some of the skills that they may want to know about. They might want to know more about climate change and not really be prepared to take a 2-year degree. And then hopefully maybe in year 2 or 3 we could start looking at maybe becoming a 4-year organization. I mean, we're taking baby steps towards that goal, but that'll be ideal because we want everybody to know it's best at BAMSI.
Keeping you in the know with Good to Grow, I'm Giorgio Bain.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your Saturday sports, everyone. The field outside the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium is the place to be this morning. The Bahamas Flag Football League hosting its inaugural Hero feature. Several local as well as teams from throughout the region. The action is certainly hot on the gridiron as a number of teams trying to solidify their seeding spots on day one.
We have 21 teams here today. So we have teams from Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Cayman. We're really excited to have all of them. We have 5 teams from Freeport, 1 team from Abaco, and 4 teams from Cayman. We have 4 different divisions. We're doing 9-on-9, 8-on-8, 5-on-5 co-ed, and 5-on-5 men. and it has been an experience to organize this tournament. We are thrilled with the turnout so far, with the way the event is going. The referees have been fantastic. Our sponsors are excellent. We have Ansel Ultra, we have Shrooms, Four Walls. Bahamas Waste has been integral in allowing us to stay sanitized and really, really great throughout the season as well as this tournament. NSA has been assisting us greatly, and so it's a lot of moving parts, but as you can see, it's coming together.
The league president adding that players are certainly happy to be back on the field.
It's been wonderful to see old faces after 2 years, and new persons, or sorry, I should say veterans, are now coming back out to add teams and to join again from not being able to play over the past 2 years, and so it's been great.
As for the games itself, one of the early highlights of the day in women's action, reigning women's champs of the Bahamas Flag Football League, the Paris Game Wildcats, would get off to a strong start on day one as they would take down the Zero Tolerance ladies team 13-0.
Well, we know that we have a strong run play, so once my blockers do what they need to do, I just clean up and take it to house.
Obviously, you guys, defending champs on the women's side, kind of started with a win. I guess to set the tone for the rest of the day.
Well, it really didn't set the tone because we could really do much better, but we'll take a win nonetheless, and we can go in our huddle and we can clear up some things that we need to clear up.
So the play was a slant route. Typically, there's something we normally do in practice, easy route for us, and it was good because I saw just green after he caught the ball, so it was pretty much an easy touchdown. So really excited to see what we're going to do for the next games. We didn't start off too good for these games, but I'm looking forward to us playing at the team that we normally play. The team that we normally play like. So we're looking forward to the win for the tournament, definitely.
Now, championship action will continue on Sunday. The UB Mingo's women's softball team was eliminated from the New Providence Softball Association postseason, but not before turning in the best season's performance. The team finished third in the standings, and it was the first time they had finished that high. Head coach Shane Aubrey said it was disappointing to not move on to the championship round, but was happy to see the team improving.
We improved from last year. Getting the third spot this year, like I said, it's monumental for such a young program. A young program with a whole lot of freshmen. We lose quite a few seniors next year, but like I said, we have quite a number of freshmen and sophomores that's going to continue to improve this team. As the season progressed and as we were able to get some of the freshmen in from the Family Islands, the team came together quite nicely. Unfortunately, we didn't have everybody in Nassau on the team at the beginning of the season. But nonetheless, I'm happy that we're able to make it to the playoffs, make it to the third spot. So we continue to improve every season, So we're looking forward to moving forward for next season as we prepare for a championship.
That's been a look at your sports on this Saturday. A check on weather when we return.
This is ZNS Total Sports. Shell Unleaded improves your fuel economy, giving increased miles per gallon, allowing you to do more of what you really want. Special additives used in Shell Unleaded improve your engine's efficiency. So go further with Shell Unleaded. Venture out to beaches, Junkanoo, and festivals and bring home memories that will last a lifetime. Shell, fueling journeys that matter.
Are you a contractor or new homeowner? Maybe you need a few pieces of lumber for your DIY projects. Welcome to Capital Lumber, the newest building materials company in the Bahamas. Located on Parkgate Road, Nassau, helping you to maximize your savings on lumber, cement, shingles, tools, and much more. Your one-stop shop for all your building essentials. With free delivery to the mail booth, visit us today. Capital Lumber, build strong.
It's time now for a check on tonight's weather forecast. Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean joins us in studio with the latest temperatures. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Geminita. We're under mostly cloudy skies with some light rain showers taking place. Temperature 81 degrees, relative humidity quite rich at 91%. The winds out of the east-southeast at 18 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,015.7 millibars. That's 29.99 inches, and the pressure is rising. Temperatures around the family values this evening, 83 degrees in Green Tulkey, also Freeport, Grand Bahama at 83. Marshall, Babaco, 82 degrees. Barry Isles, 83. Allenstown, Bimini, 84. 83 in Harper Island. Roxanne, Lutra at 82. 83 in Black Point, Exuma, Kemps, Bayside, Andros as well. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 82 degrees. 84s in Otterstown, Cadallas, San Salvador, Rum Key, and in Georgetown, Exuma, the mercury column got up to 86 degrees. 87s in Rygat Island, Clarence, San Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay may go on at 86, Ackland's 86, Matchetown and Nagua 87, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 88 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight through Sunday in the northwestern parts of our country. Anticipate easterly winds. The speeds are going to be 15 to 20 knots. Choppy seas at 4 to 7 feet, so caution flags hold for the northwest Bahamas through tomorrow. High tide 7:34 this evening, and another high tide at 8 tomorrow morning. Now for the central and southeastern islands also through Sunday, the winds are going to be easterly, 15 to 25 knots, very rough seas at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. Advisories in place for boaters in the central and southeastern Bahamas. Satellite pictures are showing that frontal boundary now backing up over the northwest Bahamas, and that will continue to provide some rain showers with isolated thunderstorms tonight, and that will continue to push towards the north and west, closing in over the Berry Islands, and eventually Grand Bahama and Abaco will get some of that during the early morning hours as well. Our forecast for tonight calls for partly cloudy and warm with a thunderstorm in the area. 79 degrees. That's going to be a low temperature. And tomorrow, we're looking at, again, some morning showers lingering around as that system continues to push towards the north. Otherwise, it's going to be variable cloudiness in the afternoon once we get that system out of the way. Temperature-wise, we're going to get you up to 88 degrees tomorrow for your high temperature and your extended weather forecast. The isolated showers will continue right into Monday. Thereafter, things will pan out quite nicely with lots of sunshine returning to our forecast. And just before we close, I'd like to extend condolences to the family of Bishop Reuben Delaveau, who was funeralized at the Church of God of Prophecy Tabernacle this afternoon. May his soul rest in peace. Geminita.
Thanks, Basil. Before we go, I want to wish my mother, Kim Cooper, over in Grand Bahama, a very special happy birthday. I hope you enjoyed your day. Well, that will end the Bahamas Tonight, the weekend edition. We thank you for continuing to make ZNS your #1 news and information network, as only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. On behalf of the entire team, thanks for watching and good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.